Hello viewers, welcome to QTB functional testing videos. Myself Uday. In my previous video, I explained you about how to retrieve values from an XML file, right? So in this video, I will be explaining more you about how to update the values in an XML file and how to add XML elements to an existing XML file, right? So uh, for this demonstration, I have used this XML file, right? So where cars is the root element, where we will be having the multiple make, the make can be Maruti, or make can be Hyundai, or it's up the make can be Maruti again, right? This is the sample file which I used in my previous video as well. Okay, so this is the exactly DOM level representation of this XML file, right? Where this is the graphical representation for this XML file, right? So where cars is the main root element, where it has a make and the model, and the model have two elements called name, release, and the name for the first item is Alto and release on year 2000. Okay, so there is another make called Hyundai of model, and which has a name, model name is I-10 and released in year 2003, right? So this is the pictorial level representation or a graph level representation for this XML file, right? So I covered all aspects of retrieving the content from an XML file in my previous video. Okay, so in this video I'll show you some examples how to update this XML file. Okay, so for this example, in the first example, what I am doing here is I want to update the name of Alder to Swift. Okay, so Maruti has a model name called Alto. Okay, I want to change this name to Swift. How can we do that, right? So for that, what I'm doing here is, first I need to, because I need to change this name, I need to give this path, right? The path is here, car slash make slash model slash name, right? So with this path, as you can see, there are three paths. One is cars, make, model and name. This is another path, right? Car, make, model and name. Cars, make, model and name, right? So what it will do is, it will return you the collection of child elements. So this object consists of collection of child elements with this path, right? So what I am interested is, I am interested in changing this value. So this is my first item, this is my second item, this is my third item, right? So whatever the item that you want to retrieve, you need to specify that index here, right? So because now I want to retrieve from the first element, I will give you index as 1, right? So once we have, like, this print statement, what it will print, it will print the model name as Alto. Okay, so in order to update that value, what I am using is, I am using set value method. What it will do is, it will replace the value with Alto with Swift. Okay, once that once the model name is updated, I want to save that in a separate file, or you can use the same file name where the source and destination file name can be same, but for this demonstration purpose, I am saving it in a different file. Let's see what output I will be getting in my destination files. Okay, just I'm running it. Okay, so what it did is, have you seen, before altering this, the value of model name is Alto. Okay, after altering this XML file, the value is Swift. This is what we updated, right? So as you can see here, Did you guys see this? My file got updated with the model name as Swift, right? So that is my first example. Okay, and in my second example, what I am trying to do here is I want to add an attribute, right? So what an attribute? See, as the make have an attribute called name, right? So here Maruti name is an attribute of this make and having a value of Maruti, right? So what I am trying to do here now is for this make, okay, so whatever the model name is, I want to add an attribute here, right? So for a model, right, like for any specific model, it can be of a diesel type or petrol type. So what I would like to do here is I want to add this attribute to the name. Okay, let me show you how exactly it is displayed after executing this. As you, before executing it, I will show you. This is my input file. As you can see, there is only with a name. So I will add an attribute to it. Okay. So this is the general. This is the path where I am going to, like uh, this is the path I am interested in. After that, where exactly I am adding it, I am adding it in the first element. So the attribute will be added at this place. Okay, let me execute this. After adding this attribute, I am just saving the updated file. Okay, so as you can see, did you guys observe it? Here it added the name as version as petrol. Okay, this attribute got added now. Okay, and in my next example, what I am covering here is, so how to exactly update this name, right? See, as you can see here, it is with a name called petrol, right? I want to update it with diesel. So how can I do that, right? So for that, what I have to do here is I am using the same value. Okay, before to that, what it will do here is, uh, like it will items dot attributes. So at this moment we have one attribute, right, called version name here. Okay, if you have multiple attributes, if you want to list out what are the attribute name for that, say xyz or something, so these are the two attributes for this xml element, right? So what I would like to demonstrate here is I would like to list out the all the attribute names here. So like at this moment here we have only one attribute. I'm just printing that value here. So what it will print now, it will print you whatever the attribute name here displayed in this file. Okay, let's see. As you can see, petrol got displayed, right? That is the attribute name. Okay, so Now what I want to do here is I want to update the name of, like, version to petrol, right? For that also what you have to do is you have to use this method, add attribute. There is no update attribute method. So what you have to do is you have to use the same add attribute method. What it will do is whatever the existing attribute, it will overwrite the previous attribute name. Okay, see, um, as you can see at this moment, it is having with a petrol, right? So after executing it, it will be updated with diesel. Okay, let's see. Did you guys observe this? The version got changed from petrol to diesel. Okay, so what else is remaining? So in this example, what I would like to do here is I would like to add a same kind of branch. So I want to add another branch for this car, right? So for that what I have to do here is, because I need to add elements from the cars, first I need to get the root element, right? For that what I am doing here is, let me comment this. Okay, so first I am getting the root element. Okay, for that, even in my previous video I explained we need to use get root element method, which retrieves the root element, which is an XML element. Okay, for that what I am just doing here is I am adding an XML element. So what this statement will do is this will add another element. For this it will add another make element here. Okay, so let me show you that these individual steps. Okay, so that you will get more clarity. Okay, let me show you this part. I think all of these are not needed now, right? So I'm just commenting it because I don't want to confuse these parts. So comment it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, let me comment this one also. So once I get the root element, okay, so I am just adding the first web XML element to my root element, right? As you can see, I will execute this statement and I will show you. Before to this, what I want to do here is, let me delete this file so that it will be more clear for you. Okay, when I execute it, and we will see. Did you guys see this? Make element, make XML element got added under cars, right? So what I am doing after that is, so I am adding an attribute, like for example what we have for cars, we have Maruti name, the because we are adding make here, I want to add the make name as Audi, right? For that what we have to do is we have to use add attribute method, right? Let me show you. Okay, so for this make I am adding an attribute called name, and the make name is Audi, right? Let me show you. Even this file exists also, no problem, but to give more clarity I'm just deleting it, then I will execute the script, right? So as you can see here, did you guys observe it? the name attribute got added to this XML element now, right? So now what I'm doing here is, so once we have a make name here, and after the we added an attribute. What is the attribute? The make name is RD, right? After that, what I need to do? I need to add a model element, right? So for that, what I am doing here is, so as you can see, first I am adding the child element, right, with a name called model. There is an I would like to mention one point here. As you can see, there is another method called add child element. Let me copy this. Okay. Dot add child element. For this, what we have to do is we have to give the XML element. Rather than preparing the XML element and giving the object name here, what I am doing is I am directly using the add child element by name method, and I am giving the name here and I am not passing any value. Okay. So once I execute this, what it will do is it will add an element, child element to my make element, right? Let's see whether it got added or not. Okay. As you can see this, it got model child element is got added under make, right? Like that, I am adding two more elements under model. Okay. So the same thing, right? I'm giving this path. I'm assigning this path to my variable. Okay. One thing I forgot to tell you here is, whenever I am adding a child element to my root element, that will be added at the end of the file, like end branch for my root element. So when, see, as you can see, when I'm adding this child element, it will add at the end here, right? So for that reason I am using child element dot count. What it will do, so I need to add all these child elements here, right? For that reason I am using child element path dot count, so that it will traverse to the last branch. Okay. Once I reach there, what I did is, once I reach to this path, okay, in the last branch I am adding these two elements. Okay. So uh, the name, like with the rest of the manufacturer names and model names, right? I am adding name and, sorry, my bad here, where it is, release, here it is also release. Like this, it will add two more elements called name and release and the respective values. Whatever the values which I am specifying here, those values get added there. After that, I am saving the updated file. Let me show you the same thing. Okay. As you can see, all these elements we are added just now. So these are the two elements we are adding under model, right? That is how we will update XML files. I hope this video is helping you. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Please leave your comments about this video. Thank you.